What's going on? It's your boy HDK. We're back at again with another video, and tis the season of IDOs because we had a little bit of a bull cycle from the dip, and then we're dipping again, which is kind of crazy. But thought I'd bring you to the attention of this crazy project. And of course, if you haven't done so, make sure you go like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can stay updated with the latest and the fanciest in cryptocurrencies. And today we're jumping into InteractWith. Full disclosure, I am involved in this project, and I have been sponsored to make this video. So watch till the very end, so make your own decision, guys. That's what we're trying to do today, like you do every other day. And the lineup of the marketers behind this is kind of crazy. So I do feel that there's going to be a fair bit of eyeballs that are going to be brought to this project. So what is InteractWith? InteractWith what? What are we interacting with? Well, it is allowing Web2 apps to interact with a blockchain to become a Web3 app. That's basically what this does, okay? It's an API and an SDK, software development kit, where you can then convert your existing Web2 apps into Web3 apps, which I think is pretty cool. You can let it work with any blockchain and then go to Web3. And you know, some of the logos that we're seeing, we got Ethereum, Binance, XRP Harmony, we got Polygon, AVAX, Solana, what's this one, Moonriver, and is that Near? That's Near Protocol, that's right. So that's what it's doing. Okay, so then what are some of the actual implications of doing that? We got games, esports, lifestyle, entertainment, and music. And we're going to somehow bring the Web3 abilities into it, where there's involvement of payment, trading, wallets, lending, and crypto games. Okay, interesting. So one of the use cases that it has identified was esports industry. Okay, it's very popular. There's rising, live streaming of games, rising audience reach, and improved infrastructure for league tournaments. Okay, but how do individual esports teams make profits as they rely on tournament winnings and sponsorship for revenue? Or how do they, for example, bringing like betting and gambling into the actual industry as well? Because that industry is getting bigger, and there are issues with, I guess, compliance and things like that. But when you involve blockchain, then that decentralizes everything. So yeah, it's kind of, fairer game. That's kind of what we want as we explore this blockchain and decentralization technology. Now, that's interesting because it's giving more monetization abilities for this already big esports industry. So things like team tokenization, this transfer from indivisible asset types like esports teams into liquid assets, like anyone can invest to earn partial ownership and other benefits, and they can do, they can vote on voting rights and exclusive access rewards, which is like very NFT like. They can bring in that technology into existing industries like esports. Digital collectibles is another big one. Selling NFTs, that's just another, fancy of saying you can sell NFTs. Fair content systems, since there's possibility of manipulation in esports, blockchain-based technology can be used to monitor and update game stats to improve the game's transparency. So that's one way that it can interact with the esports industry, right? Notice how I just said interact with. And of course, it also redefines Web3 development for entertainment and lifestyle industry. Blockchain-based platforms paving the way for change through decentralization, community governance, and new ways of content ownership and monetization. And so, content creation and I guess influencer economy, they are going to benefit from obviously the Web3 movement from the Web2 stage that we're in right now. And so I think that will be some very, very interesting, and we can own our own content, which is pretty cool. And that's a very interesting move that this blockchain industry is moving, which is pretty cool. And so what I'm about to show you is probably the most exciting part of InteractWith, and that is, so now this should make sense. The homepage, NFT infrastructure for any apps. You can basically bring NFT infrastructure to any existing app, which is pretty cool, using the InteractWith. Is the most exciting part, and that is the backers and partners. So we got Stripe. Y'all heard of Stripe? What? That's crazy. Stripe gave the tick of approval. That's crazy. The Graph, NF Trade, Ava Labs, OKX, Bitconomy, Pulse Ventures, Gifter, Uniland, and Change. So we're gonna, obviously Stripe is a pretty big player. That's kind of really exciting. And these things are what people are going to look at when it comes to, getting in on the IDO and things like that. But we're going to look at the graph, why the graph is quite meaningful. And before I get into that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Of course you should. So we're going to go look at what is the graph, the GRT token. By the way, GRT token is pretty new, and it's down quite a lot because we're in the bear market. And it was one of the really good tokens because it was actually quite useful in that it was a indexing protocol for querying data for networks like Ethereum. Okay, and that's important, guys, because that's what you need to do to power applications in both DeFi and broader the Web3 ecosystem. Okay, it has been useful to create products like, oh, now my highlights are gone. Oh, it's back. Uniswap, Synthetics, Argon, and Aave, and Gnosis, Balancer, LivePeer, DAO Stack, Decentraland, and many others, which is pretty cool. The graph usage has been growing over 50% month on month and hit over 7 billion queries during the month of September in 2020. And that's obviously at the peak. So graph was actually a very, very important technology for a lot of the dApps that have been developed on the blockchain and the like the cryptocurrency industry. So that's what this InteractWith is all about. You know, that's obviously this is very similar. So I'm guessing they're using, or coming off the back of this technology where it's a bit more user friendly, so that a lot wider audience of developers could actually use the APIs and the SDK to then incorporate Web3 features into Web2 products that are available in the market. And so InteractWith has a Twitter, of course, and it's done an announcement that InteractWith, the token Inter, is going to be launching its IDO on BullPerks, okay, on BullPerks, guys, on the 16th of March. So make sure you guys get around to it, okay? Hopefully, we're back in the season of IDOs and we can make some money out of this. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. You only risk money that you can afford to lose. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. Really love having you guys come back to my channel. If you haven't done so, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and that notification bell. Make your own decision. All I'm doing is pointing you to different things. This was a paid sponsorship. I will make that clear, but I do have some stake in this one. I will also make that clear. Make your own decision. Do your own research. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Much love. Your boy is out of here. Peace.